Far Cry 5 is now just days away. This is a game I genuinely am excited for. I had my issues with Far Cry 4 and Primal, but I still just have some of my favorite gaming memories coming from Far Cry 3. I have strong hopes that Far Cry 5 can hopefully get this franchise back on the right path, and I actually more than likely will be reviewing this game when it releases, so look out for that. Anyway, today we have to have a discussion about Far Cry 5's microtransactions, because while they're not really predatory, they are a growing problem in single-player games, which makes me worry about the quality. So if you're unaware, Ubisoft recently announced Far Cry 5 would not have loot boxes, but would have cosmetic-only microtransactions. Specifically, Ubisoft executive producer Dan Hay spoke to GameSpot and said Far Cry 5 will have microtransactions for single-player, co-op, and head-to-head multiplayer, but he stressed, "We've set the game up to be generous, nothing is locked away, you can go out and explore and the game will reward you for your exploration." Now this sounds okay, and this is not actually what has me scratching my head. What does bother me is that in the same interview, Dan Hay said, "Real money purchases are available for those who wish to speed up their game progress." PCGamersN.com reached out to Ubisoft for clarification on what they mean by speeding up game progress, and the response they got was all in-game items can be acquired through gameplay. Ubisoft would also say that there are items you can acquire through microtransactions to save time, but which aren't necessary for progression. Exactly how these items save you time was not made clear by Ubisoft, but they did stress that Far Cry 5's microtransactions do not affect gameplay and are purely cosmetic. I also should mention that within this GameSpot interview, it was revealed that Far Cry 5 can be played offline, because I guess that's a feature nowadays in AAA gaming, but anyway. It seems like Far Cry 5's microtransactions that help save time will work a lot like Assassin's Creed Origins' time savers category of microtransactions, which featured things like paying to unlock map icons or buying crafting materials. So first of all, it's important I bring up Middle-earth: Shadow of War, which came out last year and was a single-player game that had in-game loot boxes that you could pay for. The design director of that game was asked why they did choose to implement this controversial feature, in which he said, "It's there as a player choice. It's there from my perspective for people who are protective of their spare time and scared when a massive game comes along that they're not getting to see the full experience." Look, what annoys me is game publishers and developers playing dumb. Just fucking own it. We put blah 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 microtransactions because we want to make as much money as possible. See, it's kind of simple. I don't know any gamers, adult, teen, or child that wants to speed through a single player experience. It makes no fucking sense, but it also brings up the question, was the quality of the game's missions or story hurt by implementing something like this? Because what I mean, logically, games that preach these time-saving microtransactions usually have grindy missions that almost feel like the developer is at least attempting to get the player to open up their wallet and pay a few extra dollars. One example would be Middle-earth: Shadow of War, which was balanced for most of the game until the very ending, in which it was reportedly found players would have to endure a long-ass grind or open up their wallet and pay a few dollars to get the true ending cutscene. Tedious busy work seems to be a growing problem in a lot of AAA gaming, and that makes me a little fearful for Far Cry 5. My perspective is a game developer and their team should want you to soak in every second of the experience they built, not try to finish it as fast as possible through microtransactions. Ubisoft's most recent game, Assassin's Creed Origins, certainly did have some busy work in my opinion, which annoyed me at times. So seeing that Far Cry 5 will probably do something similar does have me a little bit nervous. Going further, an example I almost actually forgot about, in the past Electronic Arts featured similar microtransactions in their single-player game Dead Space 3, which was there as a way to save time with the game's weapon crafting system. Players could either buy the resources needed for crafting better weapons, or go on and collect them through actual gameplay, but this was viewed as by many a clear example of a money grab from gaming's most notorious villain. In that situation, the Dead Space 3 producer defended the choice by saying there's a lot of players out there, especially players coming from mobile games, who are accustomed to microtransactions. They're like, I need this now, I want this now. They need instant gratification. So we included that option in order to attract those players, so that if they're 5,000 tungsten short of this upgrade, they can have it. But again, this all comes down to the problem with developers using the excuse no one believes and the fact that the game may be purposely grindy to try and get players to open up their wallets, which is something that is common in free-to-play gaming. But for some reason now it's in a lot of AAA $60 games. Anyway guys, what is your opinion on the time-saving microtransactions that we've been introduced to recently? Also, just a quick reminder, years ago this is exactly what cheat codes were for. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, but thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy this video or found any informative value, and consider subscribing for more videos like this, and I'll see you later.